This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
I'm going to stay with where I'm at. I don't have much to add to any of that. Nothing's changed on our end in terms of what, the status and everything else. He is where he is, and then, I'm not up to speed on everything, so.
Status of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Still in the protocol. He'll be out there again today, kind of working through that. Again, we're at the mercy of the testing and all the rest of it, so he'll go through the normal set of tests and try to, we'll see if it clears.
Do you think that will be something that lingers into Saturday or Sunday?
As soon as they're ready to go from one phase to the next, then that's the protocol, and like I said, we'll kind of see where it goes today.
As far as that protocol goes, is there a time that you have to know by, or is it that it have to be cleared by to do it, or is it right before kickoff something could happen?
No. It'll be well before then. I mean, we'll have an idea today and tomorrow as we go. What is or isn't happening based on the testing, but it's not going to happen Sunday morning. No.
You don't have to make an announcement, I guess, do you, or is that something that just?
If we were to not travel any player, we would do that. You know what I mean? So again, it's really out of our hands at this point until the medical people tell us where that goes. So as soon as we're clear on what it is and what it isn't, then we'll go ahead and move in one direction or the other.
Jimmy, Max missed practice yesterday.
Same thing. We have a number of guys I'd say are 3 games in dealing with some bumps and bruises and those kind of things. I don't ever want to try to minimize them or put a timeline on anything. They're all working as hard as they can to get back out there as soon as possible. So just trying to be smart with some of them. I feel like there's some guys that are, would do better with a little bit of rest and not, go out there and run around. I mean, he was out there Wednesday and, just kind of he's making smart decisions here with some of our guys.
How much was Jimmy able to do, and how did he look
yesterday?
Yeah,
he was. I mean, it's non-contact for a quarterback, so hopefully we're not contacting the quarterback ever in practice, so that's why they have red jerseys. So he went through the whole workout, so it was what it was for a practice for a quarterback. It's fairly simple. I mean, it's a lot more difficult when it's a position player, obviously.
Josh, obviously there's not a lot you guys can say about Chandler Jones' situation, but as somebody that obviously you've known for a long time, is there just a human level of kind of concern when these kind of situations emerge?
Yeah, I mean, I care for all of them. I think we all do. Want the best for all of our players, former players, et cetera. So, like I said, that will never change. So that part is going to be there now and forever for all the guys we've coached and got an opportunity to know and work with. So, just kind of take it as it comes here as we're going through this and continue to try to do the best we can. And like I said, there's not much we can do, other than that.
Josh, as a player, how different is Davante Adams just as a player on the field and what he's able to do?
He's one of the more unique people that I've been around. I feel like I've been fortunate to be around a number of guys that were really good football players, good people as well. He's just exceptional in almost every way, starting with his ability to be out there all the time and the pace that he practices at, the tempo that he works at, it's obviously very clear why he has achieved what he's achieved, because every day is basically that, and the consistency, the work that you put in when nobody else is looking to make sure your body stays always ready for peak performance as best you can for so many years like he has. I mean, this guy hasn't missed a practice. I mean, like maybe one time in my time here with him, he's missed a practice for a, whatever, blister or whatever it was. But honest to God, like his consistency is amazing. Sees the game very special, But the only other, there's a guy, I coach Randy and he saw the game very similarly in terms of how intelligent they were at their position, and they saw every defense known to mankind in their career, So from punt vices to double teams to linebackers coming over to try to hit them to, they've seen it all, and so he's got a perspective that's very unique and rare, and his skill and his talent is, it's at the highest level. He plays at an incredible speed. His hands, his length, his reach, his ability to twist and turn and make tough catches. I mean, it's a privilege to coach guys like that because you don't get to see that every day all the time. And you're watching it when you're out there and you're seeing him practice and do it in practice. And then when it happens in the game, it doesn't surprise any one of us because it's just there's so much of it we've already witnessed, and so when it happens in the game, I think it's just it's not a surprise to any of us.
Did you have much of a relationship with him before you guys acquired him?
I didn't really. We did some work on him in the draft. When we were in New England. And I didn't go out to Fresno. I don't remember I'm not even sure if I talked to him when he was at the combine or what have you, with his short hair that we talk about. But we did a lot of work on it, but we didn't have much of like a personal relationship. That's the other thing that I would say that I really have enjoyed with this guy is, just his perspective on the game. But not only that, but his perspective on other things outside of football. He's a very mature guy. He's a great dad, great husband, great son, great friend, and very honest and open with his dialogue about whatever. Any way he could help the team. He's an incredible captain. He has an unselfishness about him. If there's something that he thinks that could help the team, but it's not necessarily best for him, like he'll bring it up and suggest it because he thinks it'll help all of us. So, I honestly can't say enough things about the way he's been since we've got him here, and love coaching him every day. The way he, helps us, practice and perform on game days. I mean, obviously it speaks for itself. So, just a really unique individual, unique player, special in every way, Hall of Famer.
It seems like he's the anti-diva wide receiver as well. When you think of the generalizations of wide receivers over the years.
Yeah, I've probably been privileged that I haven't. I don't use that word, and I don't think I've coached many guys that are like that. They all have worked hard and really been adamant about being great at their job. And this guy's so tough too. I mean, you talk about hit and getting up and running with the ball after the catch and getting tackled and getting up and blocking, for his teammates. There's an element of toughness and unselfishness also that goes a long way. But again, he's a team player. He wants to win. Whatever. The number one statistic he wants to have at the end of the day is 1-0, and that's in the win column.
What have you seen from the offensive line this week, knowing the kind of challenge they have with the Chargers defensive line and also trying to get that run game going?
Yeah, I mean, banded together, determined, worked really hard, all week long, spending some extra time with each other. That's the way you solve problems in our league, and it's a long season, and every team goes through some ups and downs in certain areas of their game, and we did this last year. There were certain areas where we were struggling early and kind of figured out how to fix it and improve it. And I think that's the mark of a mature group of guys that wants to try to address things that they're not doing as well as they'd like. And so, again, it's not the offensive line alone. There's fullbacks and tight ends and backs and receivers, and everybody's involved with those types of things. But that group's in particular is very mature, very determined, works really hard, very consistent with their day-to-day approach, and I see no difference this week. I mean, they're adamant about trying to improve in any way that they can to help the team.
You see that on film as well, that you feel like the run game is close to getting to where...
Are you talking about on practice film or game film?
Yeah, just game film.
I mean, the run, you're always close. I mean, honestly, like the run game is really, a lot of times you're one block away or one finish away or one step away, from it being a 2-yard gain could be a 20-yard game, So I think that all of us are seeing that every ounce of effort and energy and finish and detail will make a difference. When we've run the ball well, that's the case. When we haven't, that's also the case. So it's a team thing. Everybody's involved in it. We all got to do our job, and if we do, we'll do it well.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Good to go? Okay. See you guys.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.